The final stage in your trick is the cosine rule. So for the cosine rule, you basically should have exhausted everything else. So you have looked and you've checked, did you have a right angle triangle? You've seen, could you do Pythagoras' theorem? You've seen, could you do the sine, cos, and tan ratios? You checked, did you have an angle and the opposite side allowing you to do the sine rule? So you weren't able to do any of those. So the next step is the cosine rule. So for the cosine rule, you have a triangle and you should know two sides and the angle in between them, right? So you'd be able to work out its area, or you know the three sides of the triangle and you've no angles. The formula for the cosine rule is in the log tables and it says a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. Okay, so for that formula, your a, b, and c, lowercase, all stand for the sides. The bit you have to make so this thing works is that the side that you're taking as a has to be the side opposite the angle you were using. Your b and your c, it doesn't matter, but your a's have to be opposite each other. Okay, so if I jump to the book, let me find some questions. Right, so this is page 412 of Checks and Tests. So it says, find correct to the nearest whole number the length of the side marked with the letter in each of these triangles. So in terms of your triangles, you look at the triangle, you go, I don't have a right angle triangle, so I can't do Pythagoras, I can't do my sine, cos, and tan ratios. You check if you got a side and the opposite angle, so we don't, so you cannot do your sine rule. So have you got two sides and the angle in between? We do. Okay, so in terms of this, these are my two sides and this is the angle in between. This is the side opposite that angle. So to do the cosine rule, I would go a squared equals 8 squared plus 11 squared minus 2, 8, 11 cos 32. Okay, so my side has to be opposite the angle I'm using. If we're looking at the second one, you're doing the same idea. The formula in the book is a squared equals b squared and c squared. In terms of their drawing here, they have the side and the angle that they're using this time are labelled b. But you still have to note that this has to be the side opposite. So when you're working it out, you'll go b squared equals 16 squared and 15 squared minus 2, 16, 15 cos 84. The third one, again, you go through your steps, you find out you have two sides and the angle in between. You know that the side across or opposite to that angle is the one you were going to put on its own at the side of the equal sign. So in this one, we've got c squared is equal to 14 squared, 15 squared minus 2, 14, 15 cos 37ths. Okay, if I move up a bit and we look at question 5. Question 5, it says, in the given triangle PQ, you've got being length 15, PR is 12, or Q is 5. So again, if you got given this exam, you look at your triangle, you go, is it a right angle? No. Can't do my Pythagoras, can't do my sine, cos, and tan. Do I have a side on the opposite angle? No, so I can't do my sine rule. Do I have two sides and the angle in between? No. Do I have three sides? Yes. So in terms of this, you can fill in your three sides. So we are looking for PQR. So PQR is this angle. So the side opposite that is 12. So that means when you're doing your cosine rule, you have to have the 12 being the one its own. So 12 squared is equal to 15 squared plus 5 squared minus 2, 15, 5 cos of x. So cos of our unknown side. You'd work them out in the calculator, so you've got 144 is equal to, where did I leave the calculator? 15 squared is 225 plus 25 minus 2 times 15 times 5 is 150 cos x. So we have 144 is equal to 250 minus 150 cos x. Right? The 150 is multiplying by cos x, so I'm not doing anything with it yet, but my 250 is added on. So if I bring the 250 to the far side of the equal sign, it will change to a negative 250, so I end up with 144, take away 250, so I get minus 106. So minus 106 is equal to minus 150 cos x. I want the cos x on its own, so I go cos x is equal to minus 106 divided by minus 150. You do not change the sign of the minus 150 because you are dividing when you bring it across. So when you divide minus 106 by minus 150, the two minuses cancel and you get plus 0.706. So your 0.706 is your cos x. If you want the x on its own, your x is equal to the cos inverse of 0.706. So check your calculator is in D and then get the inverse cos of 0.706. And that is 45 degrees. Okay, so a few little steps is quite long, but it's the last step you take in trigonometry.